So today we will see experiment on composite wall. Now aim of this experiment is to determine the total thermal resistance and thermal conductivity of composite wall. The objectives set are to understand the effect of thermal conductivity on heat transfer rate, to find out the value of thermal conductivity for different materials, and to gain idea about measurement of temperature and thermocouple. Also to understand the function of variac for supply of electric heat. So this is a schematic arrangement for a test setup. So this is our glass enclosure, and inside this glass enclosure a composite wall unit is placed. We will see in detail. So this is our composite wall. Now what is composite wall? Composite wall is basically a combination of different material. So here we are using mild steel, bakelite and wood. So altogether combining these three material, this this entire portion is called as a composite wall. So here we have replicate this composite wall above and below the heater. So this central portion is our electric heater from where we are supplying the heat. So heat will flow in both the direction. It will flow in upward direction also as well as downward direction also. So in order to measure the temperatures, we have placed thermocouples in between the materials. So our first thermocouple is placed between the heater and the mild steel. Similarly, second thermocouple, that is T2, it is also placed between heater and mild steel. So if you average out this temperature T1 and T2, so T1 plus T2 by 2, this will give you a TA temperature. So TA temperature is basically a temperature between mild steel and heater. Or you can say TA temperature is at the starting of mild steel. Similarly, T3 thermocouple is placed between mild steel and bakelite, and same way on the below side also T4 measures between the mild steel and bakelite. So if you average this T3 and T4, it will give you T3 plus T4 by 2 TB temperature. So TB temperature is basically after mild steel. Here also TB temperature is after mild steel. So this TA and TB, this TA and TB, these two temperature, uh, this two temperature indicates before and after mild steel. So that is the temperature gradient across the mild steel. Similarly, T5 and T6, that is the thermocouple placed between the wood and bakelite. Here also between the wood and bakelite. So T5 and T6 will give you a TC temperature. So TB and TC are the temperature gradient across the bakelite, and T7 and T8 will give you temperature TD. So TD and TC. So TC and TD are the temperature gradient across the wood. So we can say that TA and TB is temperature gradient across mild steel. TB and TC is temperature gradient across bakelite, and TC and TD is temperature gradient across the wood. Now the thickness of this slab, for mild steel it is 19 mm, for bakelite is 25 mm, and wood is 12 mm. And the radius of this plate, these plates are actually a circular plate. So radius of this, all the plates are 200 mm, that we will see later on. So these are the arrangement of thermocouples to measure the temperature. We will measure total 8 temperatures. So this is our actual test setup. So this is our composite wall. So between these two mild steel, we have a thin, very thin heater, which is kept between two aluminum plates. So here we have heater, and above we have mild steel, bakelite and wood. Here also mild steel, bakelite and wood. So heat will flow in both the directions. Now to vary the heat, to supply the to control the supplied heat, we are using here variac, which varies the voltage. And by varying the voltage, we can change the rate of heat supplied to this electric heating element. and how much heat is supplied, that we can measure by measuring the voltage through this voltmeter and by measuring the current through this ammeter. And all the temperatures which are recorded, they can be indicated by these temperature indicators. So by rotating this knob from 1 to 8, we can note down the temperature for T1, T2, T3 and T4 and so forth. Okay, and this is a on off switch for the heater. Now the conduction heat transfer depends on Fourier's law. So here, say this is a wall. The across the wall we have temperature gradient, that is T1 and T2. Like for mild steel, we have temperature gradient, that is TA and TB. Now according to this equation, that is Q equal to minus Ka dt by dx, this dx represents the thickness of the slab. So if we know the thickness of the slab, if we know the temperature gradient across the thickness of this slab, that is T1 and T2 or T and TB, and if we know the heat transfer area, if we know the heat transfer area, and if we know the amount of heat supplied, if we are controlling the amount of heat supply, then only unknown is our thermal conductivity. So from this equation, we will try to find out the thermal conductivity for all the three materials, that is mild steel, bakelite and wood. So these are the specifications. The wood, the thickness is 12 mm, mild steel, the thickness is 19 mm, bakelite it is 25 mm. So this is a dx value, that is the thickness of the slab. And the diameter is 200 mm, so we can calculate the area, the heat transfer area, that is pi by 4 d square in case of circular plate. The heater used is a nichrome wire heater. Its maximum capacity is 300 watts. The voltage and ammeter range are given. The K-type thermocouples are used. Now this is the observation table. So we will note down the voltage and current to calculate the amount of heat supplied, that is V into I, and all the 8 temperatures between the materials. So T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8. Now the average temperature can be calculated as T1 plus T2 by 2, that will give you TA, TB, TC and TD. So now we'll do some calculations. So if you see here, the Fourier's law Q equal to minus K dt by dx, and Q by area, that is capital Q by area, so it will give you a heat flux. So heat flux is the heat supply divided by area. So Q by A, that is minus Q, is a heat flux. Here K, that is a K1 if you are considering a mild steel, and Ta by Ta minus Tb, that is a temperature gradient across the mild steel, and this is the thickness of mild steel. So from this equation, you can calculate the conductivity for all the three materials. So conductivity K is equal to Q into B divided by Ta minus Tb divided by temperature difference. So similarly for bakelite also, you can calculate Q into B2, that is the thickness for bakelite, and the temperature gradient across the bakelite. For wood, you have to enter here the thickness for the wood slab and the temperature gradient across the wood. And this thermal conductivity K, it represents the thermal conductivity for the composite wall. So here you have to put the total thickness, that is B1 plus B2 plus B3, and this is Ta minus Td, that is the temperature gradient across all the three slabs, Ta minus Td. Then you would have value for composite walls conductivity. Now what is thermal resistance? If you compare it with the electrical analogy, then the current depends on voltage and resistance. Okay, so voltage divided by resistance is our current, I equal to V by R. So similarly, if you compare I with the Q, that is the amount of heat supply, then it depends on temperature difference, and then this is a resistance, which is a material's property. So from this equation, R is equal to V by A. R is equal to V by A. So this is a electrical resistance, that is voltage difference divided by current. So similarly, thermal resistance is Voltage difference we are comparing with the temperature difference, because the heat is driven by the temperature difference. If the temperature difference is more, heat transfer will be more. So according as we can we can we can say here a potential difference in case of electrical scenario, then here the temperature difference is our potential, and this current is analogous with the heat. Okay, so resistance is temperature difference divided by heat. So we can calculate resistance for all the slab, that is mild steel, bakelite and wood. Now if we record all these values for voltage, if we have 52 watts, current is 0.7 ampere, then the amount of heat supply will be 52 into 0.7, that will be 36.4, and the temperature recorded have this many values. Then we can calculate a Ta, that is T1 plus T2 by 2, that is 43, Tb, that is 42 plus 42 by 2, that is 42, and Tc is 36 plus 35 by 2, that is 35.5, and according to we have Td temperatures. Now Q we have to divide in, uh, we have to consider a half of the Q, because half of the Q will flow in upward direction and half will flow in downward direction. So whatever the total heat which we supply, we have to divide it by 2. So 18.2 amount of heat that will flow through this one composite wall. So this Q is equal to Q we will consider as a 18.2 now, and this is a heat flux. So Q upon area, that is 18.2 upon area, is pi by 4 d square. Here d is our area, diameter of circular plate considering 200 mm. So our heat flux is 580 watt per meter square. So if you put here 580 watt per meter square into slab thickness of mild steel, that is 19 mm, and the Ta minus Tb, that is 43 minus 42, it turns out to be the thermal conductivity from mild steel to be 11 watt per meter square Kelvin. Similarly, you can calculate for wood. So now you can see here the thermal conductivity for wood is 1.7, whereas for mild steel it is 11 watt per meter square Kelvin. Again, we have to draw a temperature distribution along a wall thickness. So we can consider in y-axis as a temperature and x-axis as a thickness. So we can put here Ta, Tb, Tc, and Td temperatures. So we can see this kind of temperature profile across the composite wall. So in conclusion, you can find out the various values of thermal conductivity from standard literatures. So for example, for materials, the highest thermal conductivity is for silver and maybe for diamond also. Okay, that is for non-metallic solid. So for metallic, highest thermal conductivity is for silver, and then chrome, nickel, steel will be around 9.4. Carbon steel it is around 25. So we are using mild steel. Mild steel is basically a low carbon steel, so it should be around say 20-25, but we are getting 11 watt per meter Kelvin, that we have to mention in our conclusions also. So this is for non-metallic. For non-metallic, for diamond the thermal conductivity is very very high. For glass it is around 0.7. Now, in conclusion, you can mention 3-4 points. So, for example, thermal conductivity, what you have measured from experiments that you can put here. For mild steel, it is so and so. For bakelite, so and so. For the wood, so and you can put here the thermal conductivity for composite wall also. And you can compare the thermal conductivity. So, for mild steel, conductivity is higher than the bakelite, and bakelite's conductivity is higher than the wood. Also, you can comment on the dependence of thermal conductivity on temperature, because as you uh, increase the rate of heat supply, you will see some slight change in conductivity for mild steel, bakelite, and wood. That also you can mention if you observe the rise in thermal conductivity with the rise in temperature. And also the measured thermal conductivity value, it can be compared with the value which is given in the standard book and reference. So that also you can mention here.